911, what's your emergency?
Hi, it's Karen at CHP.
Hi.
Hey, I just transferred a call to medical at Super 8 Motel. The manager there said there's a gentleman who says he got shot in the stomach. And he's laying down in room 108.
108. All right, Karen, I'll get the info of the guys.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
So you walk in the house, and then you said your daughter needed to go use the restroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Jimmy comes out, tells me to get the hell off get the fuck off his property, and I ask him what his problem is.
Okay.
You and your daughter would go to bed together, and there would be one bed down there. You were having sex with your daughter, Melody, weren't you?
In the world of real-life mysteries, two baffling cases emerge. One revolves around Edwin, an everyday person with a hidden secret. The other focuses on Michael Dixon's trial, where a disappearance leads to a web of hidden truths. Both stories involve chance encounters, life-changing decisions, and a relentless quest for justice. Dishonesty, regret, and surprising confessions blur the lines between right and wrong, leaving us with more questions than answers. Get ready for a compelling journey that keeps you guessing throughout.
Dispatch, how can I help you?
Hi. I'm not sure if this is quite the right number to call. Last night I got home from the bars with my girlfriend. She got upset at me and ran off. And I chased her and wasn't able to find her, and I still haven't heard from her. Her phone's off. I called all her family and they haven't heard from her, so I'm wondering what you recommend I do.
Meet Kaylee Sawyer. In July 2016, she eagerly awaited a bachelorette party with her friends. She celebrated with them until late at night, after which she phoned her boyfriend Cameron, seeking a ride home. Cameron picked her up, but their journey was spoiled by a heated argument. Upon reaching their apartment, Cameron went inside, while Kaylee remained in the car, still upset from their exchange. Approximately 10 minutes later, he returned outside to check on her, only to find that she had disappeared.
Yeah, she was mad at me, so I walked inside and told her to come meet me, and then when she's like, calm down. And then I went back out in 10 minutes and she was gone, and I called her a few times and she said she was walking down the street. And then I guess she said her phone was about to die, and then I couldn't get a hold of her after that. Haven't heard from her since.
48 hours later, a police officer named Isabel Laura visited the local police station. She had a troubling revelation to share. Her husband, Edwin Lara, had confessed to taking the life of Kaylee Sawyer. Edwin, who was employed as a security guard at a nearby college, had returned home the previous night, displaying unusual and unusually quiet behavior. Given the tension in their marriage, Isabel chose not to investigate his odd behavior. However, the next morning, Edwin confronted his wife and revealed the shocking truth.
So he comes out of the room, and his eyes were all teary. That's what I'm like, what happened? Tell me what happened. What's wrong? So he sits on the sofa, I turn off the TV, and then he just says that. He's like, I kill a woman, that's what he said. And I'm like, he said, I don't remember exactly the words that he said, but he said something that he hit her with the car, and then he panicked.
Okay.
So then I asked him, like, that's what I was trying for him to explain to me. So you hit her with the car, that's an accident.
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean you panic? What do you mean?
Edwin confided in his wife, recounting an upsetting incident that occurred 2 nights prior. He explained that while he was on duty in his security patrol car, he unintentionally bumped into Kaylee, resulting in her tragic demise. Overwhelmed by panic and confusion, Edwin chose to conceal the body in a location where it would remain undiscovered. He also took Kaylee's personal items, storing them in the shed located in their yard. After disclosing this shocking information to his wife, he took her standard-issue handgun from her purse and departed in his Nissan Altima.
And then he said, okay, so then he says, at some point, I don't remember if it was back in the living room or whatnot, because he was just walking back and forth. He said that he hit her with the car at work. And I asked him, well, where is there any signs that you hit her or what? And then he said that it was because of the grill, that no, there was no signs. It was just him moving around, I'm not sure if I don't think he grabbed anything other than he did grab my gun from my purse. And then he just kept saying, I need to go. And then right before he left, he's like, there's her stuff in the shed.
How did he say it again?
He said something in regards to her stuff is in the shed.
Her stuff is in the shed.
The authorities recognized the urgency of locating Edwin and verifying his account. In their quest to find him, they conducted a thorough search of his residence, including the shed, hoping to uncover any supporting evidence. Among the discoveries was a white trash bag containing a collection of items, such as high-heeled shoes, a purse containing a passport and credit card, and a clump of hair. The race was on to detain Edwin, understanding that time was of the essence to prevent any potential future harm. Regrettably, their efforts would prove useless, as they arrived too late to prevent another tragic incident.
Okay, thank you. Hello, sir. Hi, my name is Sergeant Beckwith. I'm Matt.
Wait, I shouldn't introduce myself because you guys know me.
We know a little bit, right? All right, so here's the thing. I just want to get through the nitty-gritty. We have not been able to find Kaylee's body. Can you please help me find her body immediately before we start talking about anything else? Okay. So here's what I know about this. Hear me out, sir. We can't change what happened, the three of us in this room. And people will care more about what happens right now than what happened before.
Following leaving his residence, Edwin made his way to his parents' house, where he swapped vehicles with them. Later in the day, law enforcement discovered his abandoned car, noting the presence of hair on the rear bumper. Edwin, aware that the police would be searching for him, felt increasingly desperate. Consequently, he embarked on a long-distance drive, parking outside a clothing store at one point. It was during this time that Edwin noticed 19-year-old Andrea inside her own vehicle, occupied with taking a selfie for social media. Overcome by impulse, Edwin exited his car and approached Andrea's vehicle, opening the passenger door and issuing a demand for them to drive away.
And so what I've determined is, and we've looked at this a bunch of times, is I don't think you're a bad guy, right? I think that things have spun completely out of control, sir. Sir, am I right? Okay. But that being said, you know from your training and your education that we have a massive load of resources right now dedicated to one thing, and that's to serve the victim's family, okay? And they need that, and they need that right now. And so I need you to remember that it doesn't matter so much about what happened, it's what you do now.
Yeah. And you know this, man.
Matt wants to do it, Matt.
So before, can I say the story what happened first?
Yeah, as you're drawing, please, or whatever you'd like to do, sir.
Let's do that first.
You want us to get you out of that stuff?
Highway from, yeah.
Okay, but you ask if we can get out of this stuff so we can drive.
Highway from Redmond to Salem, that's 120, right?
I think it's 126.
126.
Yeah, what did you have those things? It's going to be on the south side of the road. So if this is north, like the...
yeah, that's north, it's going to be on the south side.
Okay. And this is going to be east towards Redmond, correct?
Together, Edwin and Andrea embarked on a journey to California, but their vehicle eventually broke down. They sought refuge in a motel parking lot, engaging with the attendant about securing a room as they planned their next steps. Later that night, Edwin spotted a man near his car in the motel parking area. He recognized an opportunity to obtain another vehicle and attempted to take it. However, when the man cried out for help, Edwin resorted to silencing him before escaping in the stolen vehicle.
You're doing good, Edwin. You know what? This is not easy. You might be a little bit scared. We're going to hear what you have to say. We really, really want to. I'm thankful, and so is Sergeant Beckwith, that you know what the right thing to do is right now, and that's to help us locate her for her family, for the community, for us, for you, for your wife, all that good stuff, okay? So I'm thankful to you. I want to say that right away, that you hear what this man has to say and that you've got a heart inside of you. And I know, because I was in your house. I saw the Bible. I know you thumb through it a lot. I see that you've tithed for months consecutively. I know you have God in your heart, okay? And that's just not a trick. That's eternal, right? You know that. But I'm not talking about this moment. I'm talking about the big picture, okay? And so I appreciate your honesty.
So, what happened, man? What happened? Like the straight up, what happened?
Recognizing his need for another vehicle, Edwin pulled over at a gas station where he noticed a woman seated in a car with her 2 grandsons, waiting for her husband to return from the store. Shockingly, Edwin stole the car with the occupants still inside and drove approximately 15 miles before finally dropping them off. During this unsettling ride, Edwin compelled them to listen to a narrative he wanted to share. He recounted the series of events up to that point and then instructed the woman to use her camera phone to record a video of him, which he intended to upload to social media.
Hi everybody, I just want to say that I apologize for everything I've done. Most likely I'm going to get caught. And so far she's been doing what I've been told her to do. We're driving and she'll be home pretty soon. I'm sorry to her grandma and her family members, to her boyfriend. You know, I'm sorry for everything that I caused. Okay, and you'll see her pretty soon. Okay, tell the cops that not to shoot us, because if they shoot us, then that's not my fault. Okay, but sorry everybody. Bye.
Edwin proceeded to drive aimlessly, his intentions unclear. Meanwhile, the police continued their pursuit, eventually catching up to him and initiating a high-speed chase. In the midst of this dramatic pursuit, Edwin made a peculiar call to 911.
911 emergency reporting.
Yes, hi. This is Edwin Lara, and I'm the guy on Interstate 5 going at high speed. I know you guys have the chopper on me already.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to say I am going to turn myself in.
Hello? Yeah, hi. What's your name?
Andrea.
Andrea, what's your last name?
Maes, M-A-E-S.
Okay, are you heard at all, Andrea?
No.
No? Okay.
During this call, Edwin made an unusual request to the operator. He stated that he had asthma and had been searching for an inhaler ever since he left his home. When the operator inquired about why he was driving at such high speeds, he provided another confusing response.
I'm not going to stop right here. I'm just going to turn myself in Corning. Okay?
Are you going to Corning Police, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to Corning Police. But I want to ask you a favor.
Uh-huh.
So I have asthma.
You have asthma? Okay.
Yeah, so you tell them not to be too rough on me because, you know, I can barely breathe right now. All right, so that's all I wanted to say.
You know, I don't want. Any kind of medical or?
Yeah, well, I think so. I'm gonna need my inhaler. I forgot my inhaler at home. You know, I went all over Salem, Oregon, looking for an inhaler, but I guess they don't sell it. You know, behind the counter or out of counter. So.
Edwin, how fast are you going?
I'm going about 120 miles an hour right now.
About 120 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Can you slow down?
Well, I want to make it there quick. That way I can turn myself in.
Ultimately, Edwin decided to pull into a casino where he surrendered to the waiting police. He was quickly arrested and taken in for questioning. It didn't take much time for the detectives to persuade Edwin to reveal the full details of the events that had occurred.
And I was going to turn south on College Way on the D4 lot. So I was going to turn south on the do not enter area there. And I didn't see her. She was wearing all black. So I was in a hurry, so it was my fault. And I wasn't expecting anybody, you know, at that time of night. So I just turned and
And I mean, I didn't hit her that hard. I just bumped her with the patrol car, bumped her with the front rack. And she fell down. And at first I thought, first thing I was, I killed her, but I didn't hit her that hard. So I got off the car, and she was really drunk. And then she looks at me, and then she started screaming.
She started screaming, or you did?
She did. So I panicked, and I just grabbed her by the throat and told her, shut up, shut up, shut up. So she passed out. I put her on the back of the patrol car, drove her up the B12 lot, and then I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. She already seen me. She saw my face. So I opened the door, and that's when she came back. She started screaming again. So I grabbed her the chokehold, and I was telling her, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. She was just struggling to scream. So I threw her down and my head over a rock on the head. After that, I drive her body behind a tree there, and I hit her with another rock.
On the fateful night when Kaylee's life was tragically taken, Edwin was on duty working the night shift as a security guard. He conducted his patrols in the campus security vehicle when he encountered Kaylee, who was walking alone. Following her argument with her boyfriend, Kaylee had opted for a lengthy walk. Edwin asserted that Kaylee was still intoxicated from the bachelorette party, and that he accidentally collided with her using the patrol car, leading her to scream. In response, he picked up a rock from the ground to suppress her cries.
Left her body there. I went to the sauna gym. I tried to wash off everything, all the dirt from my clothes. I had a stain on my shirt. I was wearing the bike patrol shirt. I had a red stain. I couldn't take that off, so I started washing my pants and my boots on the Mizama gym. I went into the men's restroom right in front of the main entrance of the south entrance of Mizama. Then after being there, I just walked towards the women's gym or shower. And I went into the shower and I started washing off all the dirt from my pants. And then I looked at the watch and it was like 1:50 or whatever. And my shift was almost over.
The detectives allowed Edwin to speak for approximately 20 minutes as he provided a detailed confession of his crime. While they now had a confession, they recognized the need for additional evidence. To ensure that he could never harm another person in the same way, they aimed to produce from him an acknowledgement that he had planned his crimes, separating it from a crime committed in the heat of the moment. This distinction would have significant legal and investigative consequences.
So a couple things you need to understand, and we're finally getting to the real problem here, we really are, is you knew she was never getting out the car the moment you shut that door. Well, let me finish. You need to let me finish, right? Because I know this, okay? Because you said we were hookers. She's like, no. Immediately you go to give me your purse and your phone.
Why knew she wasn't going to get out?
She wasn't going to survive that encounter, was she?
No.
Because you can't let her live. Edwin, we're missing something here, man.
Look, yeah, I know what you guys are thinking, and it makes perfect sense. It does.
Because why would you ask for her purse? What was in your head that made you want her purse?
Because,
just in case she had a gun, she could defend herself.
In case she was gonna use her phone
to call 911. Call for help.
So, but listen to this. According to your story, this is where it does not make sense. If your intent isn't already there to do some kind of harm or some kind of evil to her, some friggin' evil that's there, bro. It's there. You just gotta face it down, man. You can't cower away from it. You face that damn thing down right now. If you know the only way, if you don't have intent in her head, your thought is, I gotta keep that phone away from her because she's gonna call for help before anything bad's even happened. You've already made a decision. Am I right or am I wrong? Tell me.
So, I made the decision at that time to silence her.
In their pursuit of the truth, the detectives needed Edwin to admit that he had planned his actions from the moment he first encountered Kaylee. Up to this point, the second detective had remained silent, sticking to the well-known good cop, bad cop routine. Typically, in this routine, the bad cop enters first, displaying aggression, making threats, and accusing the suspect. After some time, the good cop steps in to build trust, as the suspect fears interacting with the bad cop. However, in this case, the roles were reversed. The good cop initially tried to gain Edwin's trust to secure a confession. When that approach failed, the bad cop would come into play, employing intimidation tactics in an attempt to pressure Edwin into revealing the truth.
Because
When did you make that decision?
when she started screaming, because she had seen my face.
But you already grabbed her phone. You already kept her away from making a call for help or contacting someone. So you're already preserving yourself. So I'm thinking it's before, when you ask for the purse, I think you already know in your head, I'm going to silence her. Why else would you ask?
So when she gave me her, like she had her phone, because I knew her phone was back there. Like it just clicked on my head, and I put her purse back there. Her phone is in there, you know. So I told her, give me your purse. So then
Tell me exactly how you said, give me your purse. Say it exactly how you said it.
Okay, so I went, give me your fucking purse.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
So she hands over the purse, and I'm like, your phone is not in here. And she goes, yes, it is. So I start digging in the purse with this hand, and I find the phone, and it's there. So, and, you know, very relieved, but at this time she's struggling with the door, and I'm telling her, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Do you have dominion over a woman?
Dominion?
Mm-hmm. Dominant. Is there anything about her life that means less than yours? Okay.
But you told us earlier when you were trying to carjack people in Salem, you wanted a woman who was weaker.
Weaker woman, because I knew a guy was going to fight me and I didn't want to kill anybody.
Right, so you have dominion.
The detective recognized that Edwin had a highly emotional temper despite the monstrous crimes he had committed. Edwin seemed determined to maintain a facade of being a good-hearted person, as evident in his tearful confession to his wife and his call to 911 to ensure his passenger's safety. The detective also suspected that Edwin might exhibit symptoms of histrionic personality disorder, or HPD for short. Individuals with HPD often display an overwhelming need for approval, tend to express their emotions intensely, and can be readily influenced by the opinions and actions of others. The detective decided to leverage these traits in their efforts to produce the crucial information needed from Edwin.
And what he means by take it into consideration is this, man. Bluntly, you've betrayed that trust. Okay? The sound that you heard after the strike of the first rock, before you hit her with the second, was agonal breathing, and you know this. It's the sound of life leaving her body. It's the sound of the life God breathed into her, leaving her, and her life being no more, going away, being done. No. You know what it is? You need to hear it though. Okay? I respect you enough, Edwin, at this point, that I've asked you for detail, and now I'm going to give you my own. Okay? Those are the cold, hard facts. Does God still love you? Will He forgive you? Will He bring you back into His heart? Will He? Questions you have to answer for yourself. Okay? It's brutal. It's hard to say. It's hard to sit in here. But you got to face it before you can look your God in the eye and ask for that forgiveness and be able to receive it. That's the heart I want to see in that letter. Not graphic depictions, but the heart of a man broken, right? That you look and you can see what you've done. And you can begin to rebuild.
So, I think all throughout my life, I have struggled with somehow the urge to kill. But what has helped me not develop that in a sense. Was when I married my wife. It kind of dissipated because I had something to look forward to. Before that, I didn't know.
The interrogation came to a close with Edwin reading a heartfelt letter he had written to the father of his victim. Tears streamed down his face as he delivered his emotional message. Following this emotional moment, Edwin was handcuffed and subsequently taken into custody, destined for jail. Initially, Edwin's wife faced significant public scrutiny for delaying the reporting of the crime to the police. Her hesitation had indeed allowed Edwin to commit further offenses, leading some to argue that she should have called 911 immediately instead of heading to the police station. As a consequence, Isabel, who had been a police officer herself, decided to resign from her position and relocate far away from her home to escape the intense public attention. However, despite the distance and the magnitude of the situation, Isabel received a phone call from Edwin shortly after his arrest, adding another layer of complexity to this distressing and unsettling series of events.
This call may be recorded or monitored. I have a prepaid call from
Edwin,
an inmate at Tehama County Jail. Your account balance is $9.05. Press 9 for rate information. If you wish to accept this prepaid call, dial 0 and hold. To refuse, dial... Thank you.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, babe. What are you doing?
Well, here, trying to put my life back together.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
So when you were calling earlier, I wasn't able to, it was getting disconnected. So I had to prepay the call to just know that I guess there's some issues there, but I guess you figured it out, or I'm not sure.
No, I didn't. Can you advise my parents of that?
When are you having court?
So right now I feel that all my rights are being violated. Because an attorney hasn't been appointed to me, although, they read my rights when I got here. They're like...
So has hablado o no has hablado?
Yeah, I keep asking for an attorney, and there is no attorney, because for me to be transferred to Oregon, and that's going to take a while. All I want is a lawyer. That's all I want. I want a freaking lawyer because my rights are being violated right now. And a lawyer was supposed to be appointed to me from the moment I have a lawyer, and a lawyer was supposed to be appointed to me from the moment I asked for a lawyer. And I've been asking for lawyers since I got basically booked yesterday or whenever that was, 2 days ago. I don't know what day it is today. I don't even know what time it is. I love you.
So okay, I'm doing what I could do for you.
Just give me that freaking lawyer. That's all I need.
Yes.
The news are going to get here Sunday, so they're going to talk to me on Sunday. All right, just get me the lawyer. I just need a lawyer. That's it.
Yes.
Right now, I'm being possibly in prison. At this time. I'm not even know why I'm being booked for. They haven't told me these are your charges or anything like that.
Edwin ultimately pleaded guilty to his crimes and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This marked the conclusion of a legal process that sought to bring justice to the victims and ensure that Edwin would never pose a threat to society again. Now, let's turn our attention to the case of Michael Dixon.
But we got to know what happened to him. Okay? So you give me something on what happened to Jim on July 5th. Okay? Listen to me. I want to help you. But if you're not honest with me, when I walk out that door, I can't help. But we need to know what happened to Jim. Can you give me something of what happened that particular day?
The Hawking County Sheriff's Office found itself facing a new challenge. Michael Dixon, who was under interrogation regarding the puzzling disappearance of his friend James Whitaker, was under investigation. Concerns had arisen as James had been missing for several days, encouraging friends and family to contact the police to report his disappearance. The detectives needed to uncover the truth about James's whereabouts and the circumstances surrounding his vanishing.
Because he was good to you.
Yeah.
And you were good to him. But something happened that particular day that got upset, that you got upset. And it's okay. People do get upset. So you give me something that I can work with. And I can help you. I can talk to the prosecutors. We can get closure. Mike, I'm not lying to you, buddy. I can help you. Listen, I can help you, but you have to help me. Okay? Where can I find Jim? Where can I find him? Mike, it's okay. Where's Jim? You help me, I can talk to the prosecutor.
For quite some time, Michael and his daughter, Melody, had been residing in James's residence without paying any rent. It was common knowledge among James's family that they were living there. When James's family indicated their intention to contact the police, Michael and his daughter quickly vacated the property. Next, law enforcement initiated a search, eventually capturing Michael, leading to his arrest and, later, interrogation.
You believe in God, right?
Mm-hmm.
You believe in forgiveness?
Yeah.
God will forgive. All you have to do is repent your sins. I can help you do that. But you have to help me find Jim. Where can I find him?
Right, I don't know.
Mike, listen, let me come over here to you. Come here. Listen, turn around here. Man to man. Table? No. Mike, I know you know what happened to Jim. I know. Okay? You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Help me. And I help you. It's simple. I will not let you go through this alone. Okay? I promise. You know I've been doing this for a long time. Some people say I'm a dick. I'm human. You're human. Jim is human. Let's give him a proper burial. Let's treat him like a human. He was really good to you. Wasn't he?
No.
He was good. Let's give it back to him. Now's your chance. Because you didn't mean what happened. What happened to Jim, it didn't need to happen.
Michael remained seated in his chair, arms firmly crossed over his chest, his silence a possible indication of guilt. As previously noted, an innocent person would typically react with anger and demand an explanation when accused of a crime. The detective, up to this point, has employed a sympathetic approach in an attempt to produce a confession from Michael, which has shown some promise. However, now, the detective shifts to a well-established tactic by inquiring whether the incident in question might have been an accident.
It was an accident? Was it an accident?
Yeah.
It was? Okay. So what happened then? In your own words, tell me what happened. Yes, it was an accident. Did he fall and hit his head? Did a gun go off? Did a knife, accidentally stab him in an argument?
His gun went off.
His gun went off? Okay. So, how did it go off?
Me and him was struggling over because my daughter was trying to go to the well, she went to the bathroom and then he was trying to grab her.
Okay. So this happened in the house? Where did it happen at?
Kitchen.
In the kitchen? Okay. So, where is Jim right now? It's okay. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. It's okay. It's all right. I know you feel bad. Was the gun in your hand?
I grabbed a hold of it, but he was pointing it at me.
Okay, that's okay. Was it a shotgun? Where's Jim now?
By the burn pile.
By the burn pile? What day did this happen? Was it July 5th?
I think like early in the morning, the 6th, like 5:30, 6.
In the morning? Okay. What was the argument over?
We was coming in so late and he just come out and he was in a bad mood.
With Michael's confession in hand, the next step is to provoke him to provide a comprehensive and detailed account of the events to solidify the case and secure a guilty verdict.
Okay. Now, let's pretend, all right? Let's pretend. This is the shotgun. Let's stand up. It's all right. Okay. God forgives. Okay? You believe in God, right? Okay. It's okay. So, if this is a shotgun, who has the shotgun?
You.
How do I have the shotgun? If I'm Jim.
Pretty much about like this, or like here's the gun like this, and I take it and I grab it and I put it up like that, and it goes off.
Okay.
Over this way.
It was it go off over here. Okay. So, what did he have the shotgun for?
So every now and then when he get mad, that's when he can get the gun or a knife.
So he grabbed the shotgun.
We had it kind of like holding to like here.
Like this was the butt of it?
But yeah, right here he grabbed like where the trigger piece is made, and then you've got right here, and then you've got your stock.
Okay. And the barrel was pointed this way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're Jim and I'm right here, where was the gun?
Well, he had it.
Okay, he had it.
Like about like this right here. Right here was the. Oh.
What was he saying to you? Very important. What was he saying to you?
He told me that he was going to shoot me.
Okay. What was he going to shoot you for? Okay. So we're going to show you this gun's unloaded. Clear. Yep, it's very clear. Okay, it's clear. All right, nothing in it. All right, I want you to hold. I'm going to hold the gun. Okay. So if I have it, is he like this?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And then what happened? Go ahead. You can grab it. It's fine.
Hold it like that.
Okay. And it went off on this side of his face?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he die instantly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
gathering extensive details from Michael is crucial to facilitate a thorough comparison with the crime scene. For instance, if James's body lacks a gunshot wound on the upper left side of his head, it becomes evident that Michael's account may not be truthful.
Where is the bathtub in relation to us? You said it happened in the bathroom, correct?
Kitchen.
The kitchen. Okay. So his finger was on the trigger? Okay. And he said he was going to kill you. What did he say he was going to kill you for?
He didn't say. He told my mom, he called her earlier that night, said that as soon as I walked in, he was going to shoot me.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm very proud of you, Mike, for telling what really happened, so we can give Jim a proper burial. Okay? Does that make you feel any better? Okay. So, who helped clean up the kitchen?
I did it by myself.
Okay. How long did it take you to clean up the kitchen?
Took about an hour.
Okay. Was it all over the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. The wall.
Huh?
Mainly the wall and the floor.
Wall and the floor? Okay. So, like, did it take off this side of his face? How much, can you show me on your face how much it took off of his?
Probably about like right in here.
Did it go through his brain, or did it just take off this side of the face?
I think it like went kind of like at an angle right here and come out here.
Okay, was it a slug or birdshot?
I don't think it was birdshot. He's got these great big, I think they're 30.
Was it what kind of shotgun was it?
12 gauge.
Okay. Where is the gun?
In the pile too.
It's in the same pile? Okay. Can you give me just a minute? Okay. Would you like to have this bottle of water? There you go, buddy. Give me just a minute, okay? Would you like to write a statement out for me of what happened and put it in your own words? I think the prosecutor would like to probably look at that.
Won't say I ain't the best speller.
That's all right. If you'd like to do that, that would be fantastic, because I think a prosecutor would like to have it in your own words. Okay?
You think sometime they'd be, well, if anyone does, able for me to get a cigarette?
Yep, I think we could probably manage that, okay? You were good to me, and you're still good with me, so I have no problem with that, all right? Okay? Will you put that in your words for me? Okay. You did the right thing, Mike. You did the right thing. Did you fear for your life? Okay.
That's all I've been thinking about since it's happened.
I bet. You probably haven't ate or slept, have you? Okay. All right. Just hang tight, okay? I'll be right back with you.
The detective exits the room briefly to confer with his fellow officers, addressing any potential oversights in their questioning. Time is of the essence, as Michael appears to be displaying remorse for his actions, making it a critical moment to obtain the necessary answers.
I just got just a few more questions for you, okay, Mike? Yeah, sure. Be right back, bud. It's all right, bud. We really need to write that, okay? I want the judge, and I want the prosecutor to see in your handwriting of what transpired, okay? I think it's very important. But before we do that, I do have some other questions for you, okay? With that being said, the questions that I would have is there's some rumors, and probably a little bit more than rumors, that you were upset at him about coming on to your daughter. And was that argument that morning a result of him coming on to your daughter?
No.
What was the argument about?
We left, like I told you, and we come back. Well,
start over, because you didn't tell me that. You told another detective that, I think.
We left, first that was indeed.
Let's just sit back and talk, man. Just relax. I know it's hard, but let's relax. So tell me in your words again what happened.
About 10 o'clock at night, we went down to Kenny and Ryan's. We was down there until about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Who was down there?
Me, his old lady, my daughter, and me. My daughter was asleep in the truck the whole time. And then we went back up to the house. Jimmy just come out and started, well, at first he didn't come out, he didn't hear us. He must have been asleep or something. My daughter went up to the bathroom, and the next thing I know, here he comes out with the gun. And he told me that I needed to get out of the house, this, that, and another, and I told him as soon as my daughter got out of the bathroom that I would leave, and he said, no, Melody wasn't leaving. And I started up the steps and he had their gun and pointed at me. And we had a struggle.
In the kitchen?
Next thing I know, the gun went off.
Why did he say that she wasn't leaving?
He didn't say.
Where was she at when the shooting happened?
In the bathroom.
What did she say when she came out?
She just lost it because she seen blood everywhere.
Okay. Were you drinking?
No.
Were you under the influence of any drugs when it happened? Be honest.
Yes.
What were you using?
Meth.
Okay. When did you use meth?
Michael asserts that his actions were influenced by substance use, suggesting that his altered state of mind may have led to the commission of the crime. A skilled lawyer can potentially leverage this argument to secure a reduced sentence for their client. They may argue that the defendant would not have engaged in criminal behavior had they been in a sober, clear state of mind.
Fourth.
The 4th? Okay. And this was the morning of the 6th?
Morning of...
Do you remember what day of week it was?
I think it was the 5th. That might have been the 6th.
Do you remember what day of the week? Were you down at Kenny's on a Friday night or a Saturday night? Sunday night?
I'm thinking it was Sunday night.
Sunday night? So it would have been the 5th on a Sunday night. Sunday was the 5th. So you went down there at 10 o'clock on the 10th, on the 5th.
No.
And you come back at 4 o'clock on the 6th. Was he awake when you got home?
He must have heard the door shut or Melody when she shut the bathroom door or something.
Okay. Did any conversation take place between Melody and Jimmy?
No.
Did she tell you that? Did she tell you that he didn't say anything to her?
She told me that and I was right there. I was like at the bottom of the steps. It's real close to where his room was.
Did you tell Kenny what happened? Okay. Did Kenny help you?
No.
Who helped? Somebody helped you burn that body and move that body?
No, they didn't.
Okay. So, can you describe when you how did you get him out of the house?
On the sled.
What sled?
There's a black sled up there by the burn pile.
Okay. And you moved him from the house down the steps of the porch over to the burn pile?
Yes.
Okay. Who did you tell?
I didn't tell anyone. The only one that knew at first was just me and my daughter.
Okay. How did you leave the house that night? Did you drive?
When we went over to Kenny's?
No. After Jimmy was killed.
Oh, I didn't go anywhere.
You just stayed there and just left him outside?
Went and laid down, took a nap for 3, 4, 5 hours.
So when did you clean up the kitchen? At what point did you clean up the kitchen?
Same night.
So after you used the black cart, did you load him up on the cart yourself, or did your daughter help?
No, she didn't help.
Okay.
I told her to go to the basement. She went to sleep.
Okay. And then from that point, you put him on the black cart, you wheel him down the steps, you wheel him over to the burn pile, you just dump him off into the burn pile?
I left him on the sled and just set it there and covered it up with some old branches.
Who did you tell that you did this? Or that this happened, I guess you could say. I know you told Kenny. Your daughter knew you did it. Who else?
That's it.
I know there's other people because other people's talking. Who else did you tell? Mike, here's the deal, buddy. Don't lie now. okay? You're being very, very honest. You're being very good. Don't start lying, okay? That's when things go sideways.
I told my stepdad.
And your stepdad is who?
Frank.
Frank. Seymour?
No, Specie.
What's your last name?
Specie, S-P-E-C-I-E.
Okay, where's he live at?
With my mom.
On Sand Creek. Okay. So Frank knows. Who else knows?
I believe that's all I told him.
Okay. All right. So you guys, let me make sure I get this right. Okay. So about 10 o'clock on the 5th, you go to Kenneth Amorine's. Your daughter's asleep out in the truck. You leave about 4 a.m. You arrive back at the house between 4 and 4:30 to the house. She goes in to go to the bathroom. He comes out with a shotgun. And he says, get the hell off of his property. Holding a shotgun on you. Did he say anything to you other than that?
No.
He just said, get the hell out.
Yep. I tried.
And you told him what?
I just tried talking to him like I usually did.
Had he ever pulled a gun on you before?
Mm-hmm. Several times.
Okay. Did you fear that he was going to shoot you?
That night, yeah, I just had a weird...
And what time in the morning was that again? On the 6th?
About 5:30.
5:30. 5:30. And how did you get him in the house? How did you guys end up in the house?
He was already in the house. I unlocked the door with my key and we went in.
Did he have the gun on you at that point?
Mm-hmm.
He had the gun down?
He wasn't. When I first went in the house, he wasn't even up.
I thought you said that he came out and met you outside.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't meet you outside?
No, in the house.
So he met you at the door, kind of? No?
We met us. My daughter went to the bathroom. I unlocked the door, let her in. She went to the bathroom, and while she was in there, she must have made noise or something. He heard, and then that's when he come out with his gun.
Did he know it was you?
Mm-hmm. I'm the only one that's got a key.
Okay. And he said what to you?
He told me to get the hell off the property. I wasn't welcome there anymore.
Okay. And then did he have the gun pointed at you?
Yes.
Did he say he was going to kill you? Did he just have the gun pointed at you and tell you to get the hell off the property?
He told me that he was going to kill me.
How did he say it?
He told me if I didn't get off his property, he was going to kill me.
Michael's belief that asserting James threatened to shoot him might aid his case in court ultimately proves counterproductive. His claim that James instructed him to leave before making a threat implies that Michael had the chance to remove himself from a potentially unsafe scenario, but chose not to do so. After hearing Michael's account twice, the investigators request another retelling, but this time, Michael's narrative takes a different and possibly conflicting turn.
Let's do this again. If I'm Jenny, he's your daughter. Where would we be where? Show us where we would be.
The bathroom is back this way, let's say.
The bathroom back that way, and so you started to come out this way. Jimmy's standing there.
Kitchen's over this way.
Yep, and Jimmy's right there, and I'm over this way. And Jimmy went because she started to come out, and he went to grab her by the neck.
So if I go out, I go to grab him, right hand or left hand?
He went to grab her by his left hand.
Left hand?
Or that would have been his right.
Okay.
Because
like
he had
this?
a gun in his hand.
Okay. Was the gun pointed up or down?
It was kind of like pointed like at my stomach area.
Pointed?
Mm-hmm.
Like at you? Or just kind of out in the middle of nowhere?
It kind of pointed like... If he would have shot it, it would have hit me.
Okay.
In this revised version of events, Michael claims that his daughter, Melody, incident was not in the bathroom, but instead directly involved in the dispute. This situation highlights why detectives frequently repeat questions, as it's considerably more challenging to maintain a fabricated story than it is to recall the truth.
So then what happened? So was his finger like on the butt of the gun?
No, it was like the butt, like I showed you earlier, but he had it on the trigger.
But his finger was on the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So he had it like that. He had like this. Then what happened?
I just grabbed a hold of the gun and pushed it up, and it went off.
So while he still got his hand around her neck?
Well, she just started to walk in, and that was like a distraction, it seemed like to me.
So his hand was actually
on me, on the girl.
On your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Or not?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Good. Okay. So like she starts walking. So let's do it real quick.
Like that, and I just pushed the thing up like that, and then
his finger
hit the trigger.
And where did it hit his face at? Which side? If we're like this, which side?
Moving on his right-hand side.
So the gun would have been like this, and it would have went off like that. Did she get covered with blood?
I believe a little bit.
Okay. Where's her clothes? Because your clothes are down in the basement, you think.
And it's a camo pants and a black shirt, long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt. Okay.
I think it's still towels.
Because you told me earlier you left the whole part out about your daughter coming in the room like that. You left that completely out. So which one is being truthful? The one where the daughter's coming at, or the other one?
The one with the daughter.
Why did you leave that part out?
Because I want my daughter left out of it. She didn't have nothing to do with it.
Okay, but I understand. But it's very important that we get every aspect of it to understand what happened here. Because that's a very important piece of the puzzle.
What was the fight about? What was the argument about? Was it about your daughter?
No.
Was it about your daughter? You said it was about your daughter. You didn't want her to go, or he didn't want her to go with you. Why?
He just told me to get off of the property, and I told him I'd go wait till my daughter, and he said no, I wasn't.
And that's when you guys were in the kitchen, and she comes out of the bathroom, and that's when the argument transpires?
Yep.
Was there anything prior to that? No?
Nothing.
Everything was fine up until that point.
So his hand was still on her when that gun shot, when he got shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So why did he get the gun?
He had the gun when he walked out of his room.
When he walked out of the room. Did he know that the girl was, that you were going to take your daughter at the time, prior?
Because you guys just got there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So why did you go get the gun?
When he walked out, he come out with the gun. I told you, called and told my mom when we got there that he was sitting in a chair with the gun pointing at the front door.
In the trial, the prosecution's case against Michael would center on his awareness that James did not want him at his residence, emphasizing that James repeatedly demanded he leave before the fatal gunshot. The prosecution would also argue that the extent to which Michael attempted to cover up the crime indicates a more sinister intent beyond simply protecting his daughter. The following investigation would uncover his daughter's involvement in the disposal and cover-up of the body. However, she would negotiate a plea deal, resulting in a 9-year sentence for her role in the crime. Ultimately, Michael would be convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. In the end, justice prevailed as Michael's trial unveiled the chilling truth behind his actions. Found guilty of murder, he faced a life sentence, while his daughter received a lesser term through a plea deal. This case highlights the relentless pursuit of truth by the legal system and the accountability it enforces even when covered by dishonesty. Remember, it's your curiosity that fuels this channel. Keep exploring, stay inspired, and join us for more amazing content next time.